Check this out. The legend Master Ace is at the forefront of another movement. It's all happening.
Static Selector.
Master Ace is the illest. He's a Juice Crew member, delivers a crazy verse on arguably rap's most classic cipher, The Symphony. He's an incredible storyteller who inspired Eminem and did an album with MF Doom, M.A. Doom. Make sure you check that out. Back in 2001, in October, in the shadow of 9/11, Ace delivered a masterpiece, Disposable Arts. It's a concept album about a cat who gets out of jail, then enrolls in the Institute of Disposable Arts. That's a metaphor. The narrative is crazy, but the project's backstory is even wilder. Make sure you check out the Disposable Arts 10-year anniversary documentary. Links in the description. It covers everything. I'm in it. But Unfriendly Game was one of my favorite joints on the project. It's an ill metaphor comparing the streets to football. Roll a clip, Ock.
And no, it ain't two-hand touch, just rough tackle. When niggas ball on your block and they bust at you.
Yo, that beat is noodles. Make sure you punch yourself in the face if you don't listen to that song by the end of the day. But Ace is an avid football fan. He used to coach high school football. He's a diehard Eagles fanatic. He's been talking about his love of that team for years in interviews. You just heard him rapping about football, so you know his decision to boycott the NFL wasn't an easy one. Ace was on this early. He made his announcement on Twitter in July, then expounded in an exclusive statement to AFH. 50,000 people shared this piece. Here's what he said. In light of the fact that it appears Colin Kaepernick is being consciously kept out of the NFL by the league and its owners for his silent, peaceful protests of police brutality against people of color in America, I urge every football fan who has DirecTV and subscribes to the NFL Sunday Ticket to cancel that subscription for the upcoming 2017-18 NFL season. Unless Mr. Kaepernick is signed by a team this offseason, we will stand united in support of him and intend to affect the NFL's bottom line. Hashtag cancel for Colin. Protests have only grown more popular since Kaepernick took a knee. People marched on the NFL league offices. Players league-wide joined the movement, speaking out for justice. A great SB Nation article looks into how a man named Kenny Johnson from Chicago started boycotting the NFL. It started as a local endeavor in Chi, then it went viral. According to the article, the boycott asked, how can a league sell entertainment to black audiences when the black men playing it aren't truly allowed to have a voice? Solid question. Here's the thing, we're officially into week 2 of the 17-18 season and the NFL's numbers ain't looking on point. Thursday Night Football, the season premiere, the season opener, ratings were down 13% year over year. I had a finance professor, Dr. Proctor at Wofford College. He taught us that 5% of anything was a whole lot. 13% is a shit ton. It gets worse. Fox and CBS, both of them reported that their ratings are down year over year. The only bright spot so far has been the Sunday Night Football game, which was the Cowboys versus the Giants, 2 of the biggest markets in America. That game is definitely going to be undefeated regardless. Overall viewership looks shaky and pundits are coming up with every reason under the sun as to why that could be the case. Listen to these excuses. TV execs, they blame Hurricanes Harvey and Irma as pivotal reasons why people aren't tuning in. Bloomberg reports cable news and the Weather Channel almost tripled their audiences in primetime and grew 4-fold during the day, according to data from those networks, drawing fans away from football. Now that made complete sense until I saw that last week also gave us the highest rated US Open finals ever. Amanda Mester over at AFH pointed that out. Women's tennis was up 36% year over year. 36%. And they hit those marks without everyone in tennis strongholds, Miami, Fort Myers, Florida. All those people were enduring Hurricane Irma. So I guess what they're saying is Irma can sack the NFL, but not women's tennis. There's another theory out there that the NFL is just putting out a craptastic product right now. Alex Reimer, he posits that the NFL is pretty much a loathsome organization anyway, and right now they can't hide their faults. The play's getting uglier and uglier, and there's no easy way to fix it. Twitter seems to agree. The reactions to Thursday's Bengals versus Texans game were terrible, except for this play. I'm coming, Mia, I'm coming, Mia, I'm coming, Mia, I'm coming, Mia. Reimer's not wrong about the loathsome organization part though. It's not uncommon to find headlines that say NFL player beats up woman X or shoots himself or gets arrested. And the league tends to handle those pretty easily. They get over that stuff pretty quickly. So you take what that does to your brand and you couple it with CTE denial, constant concussions, how NFL players have the shortest lifespan of any of the 4 major sports, or how NFL players have the shortest careers of any athletes in the 4 major sports, or how NFL players don't even have guaranteed contracts, and suddenly the Shield is looking like it's not looking out for labor. And they give you penalties if you celebrate. There's a bunch of theories out there. Cord cutting is another one. Streaming killed the TV star, and all that is supposedly having a drastic effect on ratings. Sports Illustrated's got a list. They've got you covered. Also, there are reports that the Niners, Chargers, and Rams are all struggling to sell tickets, and the NFL is suffering in e-interest. Here's a 5-year look at the NFL's Google trend. Pretty flat over time, then dips over the last 2 years. Now compare that to a 5-year trend line for the NBA, rising gradually, then spiking the last 2 years. When it comes to Google trends, the NFL is already losing to the NBA. I mean, even the Christmas Day basketball game had more interest than the Super Bowl. Yeezus. Basketball feels like it's on an upward trend, and that makes sense in the grand scale. Not only is the NBA a player's first league, but on the macro level, Ice Cube started a 3-on-3 league of his own. The Olympics is adding 3-on-3 in 2020 in Tokyo. There's Summer League Ball, Euro Ball, Ball is Life, Big Baller Brand, OSN. Ballin' basically is a year-round endeavor and been gone global. Just ask the NBA's white guys. Ain't that right, Steve? All right, let's wrap this up. The NFL has a lot of challenges, and last year when ratings dipped, the explanation was that a combination of the election and Kaepernick were to blame because people wanted to watch politics over football, but not someone bringing politics to football. Allegedly, it made people uncomfortable, which is why the ratings dipped. But now not only is Cap not in the league, he's also not talking. Rembert Brown did a great piece for Bleacher Report this week, and he couldn't even get a quote from Cap. Instead, we've got people nationwide protesting the league and big media citing anything, everything but the boycott as a reason why ratings might dip. I asked Master Ace what he thinks now 2 months into his protest. Here's what he told me. The NFL believes that if they just ignore us, we will eventually give up our convictions in favor of their product. As an avid football fan for nearly my entire life, I am insulted by their attempt to mute our collective voices in an effort to marginalize us even further in the eyes of the American society. This has become bigger than one player's right to have a job. The NFL and its owners aren't willing to take a stand against the killings of unarmed people of color by police departments when their league wouldn't exist without those same people of color. I'm in this for the long haul. Hashtag boycott, hashtag resist. The point is this, the NFL is America's biggest sports league. That's where the money is. And from celebration fines to non-guaranteed contracts, football goes farther than any other to control its players, putting money over everything, even the well-being of labor. That's how it does business. It's multi-billion-dollar business. Now, given the extent that it's already gone to make an example out of Colin Kaepernick, one that seems to be backfiring with each passing week, which is worse, NFL ratings slide or NFL ratings slide because players spoke up, woke up? Which one represents a broader challenge to the narrative of the National Football League? Which one represents a shift in power? And if that's the case, is it a good idea to just not even talk about the effects the boycott may be having on ratings? Just because it's a conspiracy, does it have to be a theory? I don't have the answer to these questions.
Static Selector.
Another Saturday, it's all happening. Thank you guys for rocking with us each week. I've been watching this NFL stuff for a year and change now. I just think the narrative is really, really interesting. We're seeing a lot of players taking their own destiny into their own hands. The NBA's been doing that for a very long time. I know the NFL's gotta hate the idea of players starting to have the same sort of influence as NBA players are. Why wouldn't they want to shut down this kind of narrative? That's my take. What's yours? Let us know what you think. Are you even watching the NFL anymore? Are you boycotting? Are you not boycotting. Have you listened to Master Ace's Disposable Arts yet? Make sure you do. It's one of my favorite projects of all time. Big shout out to Master Ace for everything that he's doing to stand up for the things that he believes in. Also, on our women rap piece that we did as part of our Marginalized series a couple of weeks ago, I said I was gonna call out a comment that was the best one that stood out the most, and they were gonna get a free Young M.A. t-shirt. Your name has been pinned to the top of that video, so make sure you check it out. If that's you, hit me up, send me your address, and I'll send you the Young M.A. t-shirt as promised. Same thing this week, we're doing another contest, the dopest one, the most hilarious comments. Go and get this cap t-shirt. Let us know. Hit us up in the comment section. Let us know what else you're listening to right now. I'm loving everything that's happening in music. Music is really good right now. It's really, really good right now. Like and subscribe to the channel. Follow @TheCompanyMan on everything. It's all happening.